always weird to
Hi.
wait.
Is it working?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I think it's live now.
Hello? Are we live?
I think we are. It says we are.
I think we are too. Okay, so welcome to the third and final virtual write-in of Donation Day 2017. Woo! I am coming to you all the way from Sunnydale, California, the Hellmouth, and I am beaming in with Kristen, who's over in Berkeley. Do you want to say hi?
Hi, I'm Kristen, the Young Writers Program intern in NaNoWriMo.
What's the weather like over there in Berkeley?
It's really sunny. It's been kind of cold and rainy, but it's really sunny now and it's beautiful and there's a lot of sun coming through, and I apologize if that interferes with it.
No, it looks like you're surrounded in a beautiful halo, which I think is the theme of like superheroes. So,
California.
yes. This year, our NaNoWriMo theme is superheroes. And so when I started to think, okay, I want to run a virtual write-in, I want it to be about superheroes, but I don't know that much about superheroes because I don't know, I like them, I just don't know that much. So I started thinking, well, who do I know that's got awesome superpowers, kicks a lot of bad guy butt, and I've watched obsessively for like many years, and I thought, oh, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I'm here with my extremely flammable Buffy wig that I found in, well, somewhere. I'm going to stay away from flames. I've got Mr. Pointy, and I've got my Hellmouth sign. And I decided, even though you don't know it, Kristen, you get to be Dawn, who's Buffy's little sister, actually. So you didn't really watch any Buffy, right?
Not a lot, no.
Well, Dawn doesn't really come up until the fifth season anyway, so you really have to commit to get there. But I think you make a really excellent Dawn because, so if you don't know me, I'm Mariah. I'm the Young Writers Program Director, and Kristen is the Young Writers Program Intern. So I think it kind of makes sense that we're big sister, little sister. Okay, so let me give you some background on Donation Day. Oh, I know. Sorry about the volume difference. That's us trying to figure out having two different people running the write-in, but I think they got it fixed. Okay, so today is Donation Day and Double Up Donation Day. So NaNoWriMo is almost an entirely participant-funded nonprofit, and that means that you guys are the ones that fund our programs. I work with young writers, I work with educators, I work with old and old like us, writers of all ages. So today we're trying to raise $125,000, but because you guys are totally amazing, we blew that out of the water. Our current total, I think the last time I checked, was $128,795, which is fantastic. So our new goal that you can help us reach today is 175,000, I think, the last time I checked. We're also trying to reach 125 million, I think it was, words on the site, but you guys wrote so much on the site that we broke the word counter. So right now I think it's not working, but I know that keep writing and the totals will add up eventually once they get that fixed. Okay, so donating. Let me give you a little bit more info about that. If you donate, let me just find it. Great. If you donate $25 today, you get the $50 donor gifts, which is super cool. That's why it's called Double Up Donation Day. Plus, any donation of $25 or above, you get this really cool limited edition NaNoWriMo enamel pin. Kristen, do you have that to show people?
I have a picture of it. That's the pin right there. It's super cool. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. So
I love it too.
Backpack, you could put it on your purse. Kristen, were you the kind of person that had a bunch of pins on your bag when you were?
Yes. I totally collected all of them. People brought me them from everywhere. It was great.
Do you remember what your favorite pin was?
I had a lot of pun pins.
Pins. Oh my God, I love that idea.
I had one with a sheep with like an X through it because the whole concept was like not being a sheep and being different. And I liked that. But I had them for everything.
I had one that said, "Real life isn't like this." And people would be like, "What does that even mean?" And I would say, because I was in high school and I was super deep. I don't really know what it means, but I still sometimes get the feeling like, oh, real life isn't like this. I don't know.
I really like that.
I know. I wonder if I could find it. Okay. Let me give you a little bit more because we got more info about donation day, double up donation day. So, oh, every time you donate, you get entered in a raffle. And this hour's prize, if you donate this hour, is a superhero book collection from Penguin Random House Books. They look really cool. Plus, if you give during this hour, JSY Giving is kindly matching donations this hour up to $3,000, and that's in honor of Jane Jin Bolander. So thank you, JSY Giving, very much. Um, okay, Kristen, this is your first donation day, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
What's your biggest takeaway? What do you think so far?
I think it's awesome. I'm super excited to be here, especially on a Saturday. And I'm really impressed by how many people are coming through. Like love for this group, for this organization is so impressive to me, and I just love everyone who participates.
Okay, so I'm sorry to interrupt you because that is a beautiful statement. Actually, I'm not going to interrupt. I just wanted to. Oh no, the hell mouth is silent. Can you bring the mic close to your mouth? So my mic, I think, is pretty much as high as it goes. What about now? So I'm going to say that, and then I'll wait on the Okay, I don't know. Facilitators, can you help us fix the volume? I'm getting all these messages about volume, but I can't do anything about it.
I have it turned up on my end.
Oh, so Rachel writing says, I can hear Mariah, but Kristen is very loud. That's so weird because my mic, I mean, it's just a mic. Here, let me try
Is
to
it better
unplug,
now?
and maybe it's the headphone. Maybe my wig is interfering with my mic.
Is it better now?
So there's a time lag, so I have to wait for it to come out. That was better when you moved it closer. It's a little better when you moved it to your mouth. Thanks for all the mic advice, guys. What I need is like one of those big old-fashioned mics.
Is mine still too loud?
Is it working? Maybe better? Okay, cool. I'm getting a lot of yeses. So, sorry for the, thought this would make it better, but I guess it made it worse. Technical
If you hold it
difficulty.
up, it might get better.
How's it for you? Does it sound louder for you?
I can hear you, but you're also like right there. So,
Well, how about this? I'm gonna go ahead and start us off on the first writing prompt so we don't waste like a ton of time. And
okay.
then while I'm pretending to write, I'll actually be trying to fiddle with the volume and fix it
Okay.
again. Which is not great for me because I don't have what's your word count right now, Kristen?
I just hit 5,000. So I'm a little bit behind. I've stopped using contractions, so that's helped.
I'm at like 2,800, but I'm also aiming for 25,000, not 50,000, because I'm doing it on the Young Writers Program
Okay.
website, so I set my own goal.
I am too, but I'm still gonna try for 50.
That's very admirable of you. Okay, so let me go ahead and start us off on this first prompt, and then we'll fix the volume. Gosh, my face is so close to that computer. Okay, first prompt. So it's a warm up. We're going to write for 5 minutes. And my prompt is written in the comments below the video. So if you can't hear me, you can just check the comments, and then hopefully we'll fix the volume situation. Okay, this is a warm up. So we're going to try to write for 5 minutes. And this prompt is this. So Buffy has Mr. Pointy, which is her trusty stake. This is my Mr. Pointy. It's a weapon, but it's also kind of like a talisman or a safety blanket. Um, my challenge to you is to give your character their own Mr. Pointy-type item. So it could be a weapon like a sword, but it could also be like a seashell or a ring or a sock or a pair of shoes they love or anything. Just something special. What is it? How did they get it? Why is it special? The names are mandatory, so you don't have to name yours Mr. Pointy. So for instance, I think I'm going to give my character a glass bead that she finds, and I'm going to explain why that's special to her. If you don't like the prompt, don't write about it. Just turn off your inner editor and write for 5 minutes about whatever you want. And I have a bonus trivia question for you too, which is where did Buffy get Mr. Pointy? All right, I'm going to set my timer to 5 minutes. I'm going to pretend to write, and I'm going to try to fix the volume on my end. Ready? Set. 5 minutes. Go. still writing. That's 3.5 minutes left. 3/4 minutes.
You're louder now.
Great. Pretending to write words. You have 1.5 minutes left, so see if you can write like double what you just wrote in half the time. So that's 5 minutes. I didn't write so many words. Go ahead and finish up the last sentence that you wrote. And if you would like to, maybe you can go ahead and paste in the comments a favorite sentence that you just wrote, or you could just give a quick description of the item that you gave your character. So the item that I said I was going to give her a bead or something, but then I decided to give her a feather. She's on this island, kind of inspired by Skull Island from King Kong, but the original. So my character is just finding this giant, like, kind of peacock-sized feather, but like thicker. So I think it's going to be from some prehistoric bird. I'm not sure yet, but I like the 2 sentences I wrote. Kristen, how many words did you write, or did you do the prompt, or did you go rogue?
I got 94 words. and kind of did a combination of prompt and rogue. I talked about like a giant stack of children's books because that was the only thing I could think of off the top of my head.
Books, that's very nano.
Okay, let me know if you want me to fix this. Some people are saying they like it, so.
I kind of love it. It's like a beautiful, like they should have an Instagram filter that's just that, like a beautiful light.
But
use that. Okay, so I think the volume is working better now, is what people seem to be saying. So I would love to. I'll give you guys a chance to post a few more of your favorite things. So I would love to maybe just repeat quickly the stuff I said in the beginning in like 3 sentences. Today is Double Up Donation Day. So any donation you make that's $25, you get the $50 gifts. And any donation of $25 or more, you get a limited edition pin. You guys are really important and awesome. Thank you for supporting our programs. That was 3 sentences. Okay. Oh, and the link to donate is in the below the YouTube video. Okay, so luckily Cal, the calculator, isn't paranoid or out to get Peter, or at least to the best of his knowledge, it's not. That sounds really weird. It sounds like Cal from, what is that, 2001: A Space Odyssey? I'd like to read that. My character has a pair of orange running shoes that she got from her grandfather. That's Jane Van Cleve. Cecil Pollux gave their character a cool black whip that glows purple. That's super cool. Let me see another really good one. Oh, my wig. I know. You think this would be a Daenerys wig, but it was called Ilga or Ilsa, and it was in braids. That explains the poof. My character's inherited an animal that has special characteristics. That's really cool. My character has a magic sword called Sword of Destiny. That's Katie Wold.
That reminds me of Arrested Development.
Which part does?
Sword of Destiny. Okay, I have them, but it reminds me of it.
My favorite thing, this is Autumn Sheridan. My favorite thing in the world was a little orange sponge that was shaped like a fish. I like that one because I have no idea where it's going.
I like it too.
Mia in Narnia said she Googled, I'm calling you out on this one, Mia. She Googled Kit Harington for most of the time, so that was productive. My most recent Googling of Kit Harington involved Googling him and the woman that he just... Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Me, no.
No Buffy, no Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, but you have a lot of catching up to do.
I keep meaning to, but I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Well, anyway, never mind. I don't want to spoiler alert, but there's nice things to read about Kit Harington right now. Okay. Emma Littlefield, this will be the last one I read, ended up giving a supporting character something that's actually slowly killing her rather than helping her. Kill off those support characters. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and that was our warm-up. So let's go ahead and get to sprint 2. We're going to try to do 3 sprints in total this write-in. They each get longer. So we did a 5-minute one. Next, we'll do a 10-minute one. Then we'll do a 15-minute one. And again, it's Buffy the Vampire themed because Buffy the Vampire is awesome and she's my favorite superhero. And I found this wig, so we had to try it. Okay, sprint 2. This is written in the description underneath the video. So if you join late or if you can't hear me, you can read it there. Okay, I gave 2 prompts this time because I couldn't pick one. So 2 choices of prompts. 1, Anya is scared of bunnies. She's an ex-demon in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so that fear is totally irrational. At least I think so. So give your character an irrational fear. Write a scene showing how they got it or a scene where it affects their life. I like that one because it kind of rounds out your character a little bit, an irrational fear. Or if you want to work on a little action right now, something unexpected and evil always happens at Sunnydale proms. So my challenge is to write a scene of a party or a dance or a gathering or a meeting going terribly wrong. And my answers to my bonus Buffy trivia from sprint number 1, where did Buffy get Mr. Pointy? She got it from Kendra, another vampire slayer. Sorry if you've never seen Buffy, but I'm really excited to be able to do this trivia with you guys. Okay, bonus trivia 2, if you want to answer while you write, is what does her class give Buffy at her senior prom? Okay, again, there are 2 prompts. They're both written below the video. This time we're going to write for 10 minutes. Mia is going to try real hard not to Google Kit Harington, and so are the rest of us. Are you ready, Kristen?
I'm ready.
Okay. Ready? Let me set my timer. 10 minutes. I'll give you a warning when we're about 5 minutes through, and hopefully I'll write this time instead of fixing the volume. Ready, set, write. That's 5 minutes. You got 5 more minutes left in the sprint. that's time. Go ahead and finish up what you just wrote. And you can go ahead and paste favorite sentence, an irrational fear, a description of the party in the comments, but you can also post an answer to this question that I'd love to ask you too, Kristen, which is a lot of us have fears around writing, and some of those fears maybe are rational, but a lot of them I think are totally irrational. And once we learn how to get past them or how to deal with them, we can write more. And when you write more, you become a better writer. And so you can also share what's your irrational or otherwise writing fear in the chat. So Kristen, do you want to share yours or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, because I'm Buffy and you're Dawn, so Buffy would go first. Okay, cool. My irrational fear is that sometimes I'll be writing like a section or a paragraph or a description, and I have the thought, I'm going to delete this anyway when I revise, because I've written a novel all the way through and then I've revised it several times, and so much of what you write gets cut. And that makes me think like, I'm afraid that I'm wasting my time because I'm just going to cut what I'm writing right now. And actually, somebody asked a Nano coach this question, I think, earlier today, and I didn't see their answer, but, or I can't remember it exactly. But I try to, when I have that fear, I try to think to myself, everything that I'm writing now is helping me understand more about my story so that when I revise, I write a better story later. So yeah, I may cut everything that I write. I may cut my whole first draft. I may change a lot, but all of those things that I'm doing are necessary steps. Like you can't get to know your character if you don't take all these steps along the way. So that's my irrational fear. Do you have one?
I think the other thing about what you said is that even like the act of writing, especially every day, helps you improve no matter what it is, because you're practicing putting words and sentences together in different ways. I have like I don't know if I call it irrational, but I definitely have a fear of the points where like it sags and I don't really know what comes next, or how to get from point A to point B, or like writing the actual scenes where things are happening. And I really struggle with like balancing those scenes with like the description and the setting and all that. So that's one thing that I really kind of fear, is that I'm always going to hit that wall.
Do you have a thing that you do when you hit the wall?
I try to come up with something that's going to happen, and I try to keep a list, like when I can think of them, of things that are going to happen, and then I'll just jump to that scene if I don't know what else to do.
You're a jumper, huh?
Yeah.
I used to be a jumper, like, and then I read this really, and like a lot of nano writers are jumpers. I think you jump from scene to scene, beginning to ending. And then I read this really compelling argument that said, it wasn't an argument, it was like a writer talking, who said that if you're stuck, it's because the scene that you need to write next is a hard scene. And so he said, it's never going to get easier. So you like confront that hard scene now. And once I stopped jumping, I started actually finishing a lot more, because I don't know why. I think it's like planner or pantser. Some people do better when they jump around. I do better when I like try to tell the story and I don't skip anything along the way.
What's really hard for me is knowing what that scene is. Like, what is that next scene that I have to write? You know what I mean?
Oh, totally. Yes.
That's being a writer. Point. Yeah.
Okay, let me look at some of your irrational fears. We got some jumpers. We got some, I don't know, the opposite of a jumper, like a straight thrower. I can come up with a better word than that. I like a quote that somebody just put in there. You can fix anything but a blank page. And Alicia Simmons put that in there, and she said the quote comes from Nora Roberts. That I'm actually maybe gonna write that down and have it somewhere, because it's true. It's like you can fix anything, but you can't do anything with the blank page. You have to have something there. Let me see any other fears. A bat says they don't have any irrational writing fears, but they're terrified of snakes. See, that's funny. I like snakes. I should trade. Oh, Evelyn Michelle says, my fear is that readers will think whatever I write is stupid and there's nothing I can do to save it. Yeah, I have that fear too. Of like, I'm writing something and I think no one's ever going to want to read this. Even I don't want to read this. I think I don't know if anybody has a good solution. I just try to tell myself it doesn't matter and keep writing. Okay. So you've got some really amazing sentences there. Kristen, you've got your computer too. Do you have any favorites that people are posting? Let me see.
Someone said something about a Christmas jumper and that made me happy.
Coke, somebody, I don't know how to say it, Chocobo Asylum, I'm sure I said that wrong, said you could have a jumper and then you could have a walker. That makes total sense.
Oh, yeah.
The walker is a little bit like a zombie, right? Like walker. But I think that's how I move through my writing, is like a zombie. I'm super slow. I like fumble for things as I'm going.
It's like, if anyone watches Doctor Who, it reminds me of like the slow path and being stuck on the slow path.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the slow path. I used to be a jumper. NaNoWriMo says I can jump backwards but cannot skip ahead. Yeah, that makes sense.
Writer's block. It's a real fear.
Yeah, writer's block is hard, right? I actually had writer's block just now looking at the computer, and I don't know. I don't know what I did. I think sometimes what you have to do then is not exactly jump, but write about something else. Like pick an object in your character's life and just describe it, or write about what you did that morning. Sometimes it's just like you wouldn't ask someone to run a race immediately. You would let them do stretches and warm-ups, you know? And then you would let them run the race. So I think maybe having writer's block is like, well, you didn't warm up yet. You don't have to warm up with your story. You can warm up with something else. And question, I sometimes count those words towards my nano novel. Like if I warm up.
Oh, yeah. You can write them too. Okay. You can find a way to like incorporate them, you know, weave them in there.
I have a whole section under a line at the bottom of my doc where I just like cut and paste things sometimes, where if I'm like, oh, I know this is not good, but I don't want to lower my word count, I'll put it there. Oh my God. And I also do like my little warm-ups there sometimes if I know they're not going to go in the story.
I just color code them, so it's like they're in red if they're bad.
I feel like I'm doing a product placement right now for LaCroix. I didn't mean to do that. That makes total sense, the color coding. I know some people color code them to white, or you slant them so that they keep counting. Okay. Oh, I really want this jumper and walker thing to catch on. I've never coined anything like a nano phrase that caught on, so fingers crossed. Okay. Our last and most maybe hard or maybe most exciting prompt is this.
Wait, can I say one more thing? Oh. The other thing that I was going to say about your
really can't.
writer's block thing. The other thing I was going to say about the writer's block is that the prompts in like the YWP workbook or that we put on the Facebook page, they're really helpful. And I never really realized that before this year.
Have you been using them as you write your novel?
Yeah. Like when I get stuck and I don't know what to write, absolutely. Prompts are great.
In one sentence, can you sum up what is your novel about this year? Think about it. You can do it at the end. Okay. And, okay, my bonus Buffy trivia was the class gives Buffy at her senior prom an umbrella, I think. She's the protector of her class. It's very sweet. Okay, final sprint. This one we're going to write for 15 minutes. That's going to take us right to 6 o'clock. We talked about our fears a little too long, maybe. And so this is our final battle with the big bad. We're going to write for, I'm actually going to set it to 14 minutes. That maybe we have, no, 15 fine. 15 minutes. Lots of characters on Buffy the Vampire Slayer battled inner demons. There was Oz, who's a werewolf. There was Willow, sometimes went bad. There's Angel, who struggled with his soul. So my challenge, this prompt, is to let out your main character's inner demon. Write a scene where your main character is at their total worst. Don't hold them precious. What I mean by that is you get so close to your main character and you want them to succeed and you want them to be good and you want to love them. And sometimes I think we avoid letting them be annoying or irrational or frustrated, or like we avoid letting them show their worst selves. So here's the scene to let them have this low moment and show their worst self, let out their inner demon. Okay. Oh, and someone said, I'm not a jumper. Yes. And that will be at the end of the book. So it's not an actual big bad battle. And you don't have to let them be like at their absolute lowest moment, because that would be near the end of the book. I'm just saying, let them have a moment where they lose their temper, or let them have a moment when they are really mean to someone they should be being nice to. Let them have a moment where, as a reader, we think, ooh, this person maybe isn't perfect, because that's going to fill them out a little bit more, make them real. Keep playing with one hair. That makes sense?
I think it makes sense.
And again, feel free to ignore, because you can write whatever you want to write. Just write for 15 minutes. Flash Google pictures of Kit Harington. Maybe. Okay. Ready? Set. All right. Okay, we have 7 minutes left, so we're about halfway through. 1 minute 30. That was 15 minutes of you and your main character's inner demons, or whatever you felt like writing about. Go ahead, and we're about to wrap up, but we'd love if you wanted to post a favorite sentence or the word count you just did into the comments, or if you wanted to, continuing this theme, you could go ahead and post, do you have a inner demon that comes out during NaNoWriMo? Like you all of a sudden develop the need to binge watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer instead of writing, or something like that. So what's your inner nano demon? Guess so, yeah. I did not write too many words, so that's not great. I'm going to write later in the day. But the good news is, part of Double Up Donation Day was we were trying to reach 125 million words today as a NaNoWriMo community. And we have currently written 69,840,347 words as a community. And I don't know if that adds in the words from the YWP site yet. So that will be really cool. So definitely update your word counts. Definitely check out our donation day page, because we run almost totally based on donations from our participants, which is a really amazing thing, and it only works because you're so generous. We've got some cool prizes if you donate. So donate 25 to get $50 gifts. You can get the special enamel pin if you donate $25 or more. Plus, if you donate this hour, you could win a set of superhero books from Penguin Random House. Thank you so much for donating that, Penguin. And let me click over. If you donate this hour, JSY Giving is matching all donations up to, I think it was $3,000 in honor of Jane Jin Bolander. So thank you to JSY Giving as well. And thank you to everyone who wrote and everyone who donated. Kristen, what is your inner nano demon?
I've been reading the comments, and one of them said the nap demon is real, and that's definitely applies to me. I relate to that very much. But one is that I eat too many peanut butter cups when I'm writing.
Really?
Yeah, I like binge eat peanut butter cups in order to concentrate on my writing. And it really helps, but at what cost? You know what I mean?
At what cost? That's deep. You're right.
What about you?
How many okay, I'll answer, but how many peanut butter cups have you written today? Written. I meant eaten. Did I say written?
I kind of liked when you said written, because I like that way of describing it. I think maybe 6 or 7, because I don't have it here. So
got it. So, but if you did have more.
Yeah, I'll probably have more when I get home.
My inner nano demon is just the internet in general, I think. Like, I really do need a thing where I turn off the internet for like an hour, because I'll open up my computer and then I'm like, oh, I'll just open up a new tab. Like, I don't even know what I'm checking. I know nothing's happening on Facebook. Like, you know, I sometimes think the NaNoWriMo forums, they're a great source of a million things, but sometimes I like will just go in there because I'm wasting time. But that's
Yeah.
my inner demon to battle, not the forum's fault.
The other one I do with that is like I'll check something on the computer and then I'll close it because I'm done checking it, and then I'll pick up my phone and check the exact same thing as if it's going to be different. I don't know why I do that.
Because maybe it changed in the time it took you.
It's just a habit. It's terrible.
This is interesting. Someone said their nano demon is obsessive plotting, which I think is really interesting, because it's like, it's true, at some point you have to stop plotting and start actually doing the hard work of writing. But it's so much more fun to just come up with ideas than it is to actually. A young writer did a participant pep talk last year. I've told you this before, and one of her lines was, "It's easy to love a novel you haven't written yet." So when you're having all these great ideas and plot points, you're like, I love this. And then once you start writing it, it doesn't really live up to that. So it's hard to love it as much. But yeah, excessive plotting. There's a lot of really cool writing. First, word counts that are in there. That's really cool. But also just really cool quotes, not quotes, excerpts that people put that they wrote. I'd love to read them all. I don't think we really have time. We're already a little over, but the comments I think are going to be up still once this stops being live, so you can go back and take a look. If you have any suggestions, you can put them in the YouTube comments. Let me think if there's anything I forgot. The next time you see me, I might not be dressed like Buffy, but you should know that I'm still as cool as Buffy. I'm Mariah. I'm the Young Writers Program Director at NaNoWriMo. This is Kristen.
I'm the Young Writers Program intern.
Very cool. You'll see us in the forums. You'll see us writing breaking news on the YWP site. I saw we had a lot of young writers, so that's really exciting. I think, am I missing anything? Or are we about to wrap up?
I think we're good.
Me too. I don't want to end though, because it's way more fun to just do this. It's all right. I would much rather just like talk about my inner demons and then go ahead and have like, some ice cream and then go to bed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I really do have to get down and start writing though. I'm really excited that you guys all came and did this with us. Thank you for writing. Thank you for donating. Thank you for sharing your story with the world. Thank you, Kristen, for doing this with me. You guys can catch me on Twitter later. Are you doing Twitter? Do you have a Twitter shift?
Me, no.
No. You can catch Kristen in the Young Writers Program forum. She's got her own thread with really great questions and answers. All right, thank you so much, and I guess we'll sign off.
Okay, bye.